Hi, welcome to Defense Explaining. I'm Veronica.
And I'm Jennifer. Oh my god.
Did you have something in your throat? Oh no. Okay.
I'm Jen and the frog is gone now.
The frog is gone. So today it's just Jen and myself. We don't have Lindsay. Lindsay is, I don't know, off looking for treasures, buried treasures on the beach, building sandcastles. Just kidding. No, she's teaching yoga today. She's got a job, you guys, and she's busy.
Nah.
But that's what we're here to talk about today, is jobs.
Yeah, jobs as a military spouse.
And how you travel with them.
Yeah, you go overseas with that. Different ways you can earn an income of not having like a full-time job, part-time jobs. Side businesses too. Etsy shops, things that you make, and the things that you join, Scentsy and things like that too.
Yeah.
So, quick little fact before we get into our special guest today. I got this off of Forbes.com. It was the most recent article I could find. Just a quick little fact on what we go through. So it says here that the active duty spouses face a 24% unemployment rate.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, and then 31% are working part-time, even if they prefer to work full-time. So that's quite a bit. I mean, we do have a high unemployment rate.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And for those that are doing like the part-time, I feel like you said, they wish they would be doing full-time, but there's no other option sometimes but to do the part-time if you have like a career and you want to stay within that experience, and sometimes you don't even get to grow in what you do, unfortunately.
Well, because you're not there long enough, so you can't, be consistent.
Or limited on the job itself.
Yeah, limited
you can do.
In time. I just know that I've had a hard time figuring out time.
Time is hard.
Time is very hard when you're a military spouse.
Yeah, but then there are some that get super lucky with it.
Yes. Yeah, you go, guys. It's awesome.
Do you have more?
No, that's all.
There are some that get super lucky with their careers and they're able to travel, which brings us to our guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. I'm Kai.
Hi, Kai.
Hi. So, a little bit about me is I've been married for 10 years. Been with my husband off and on since 2001. There was a college breakup. We gladly went our separate ways for a little bit.
You have to sometimes,
Yeah. Anyway, been together 10 years. Also, I've been, so I'm an esthetician.
How long have you been a military spouse?
For about maybe, my husband joined in 2008, and we got married in 2009. So about 10 years now. Yeah, so I've been an esthetician, skin therapist for 12 years. I just joined school in 2007, graduated just a little bit after I did the accelerated, I did night school or whatever, so I got done.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I graduated in January of 2008, so
really fast.
From July to January, I just did what was for that state. So every state is different, and because you get state licensed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm licensed in Indiana. The school actually requires about 100 hours more than what the state does. So that's why I kind of chose that as a fancy school. And so I have about 100 hours more than what the state requires. So with that came an international license.
Okay.
And that was optional. My school was the only one offering that. And I think what you said earlier about how some people are not as lucky.
Right.
In their military career, because you basically have to put what you do and what your job title is and your career on hold to travel the world with your husband. You have to follow them.
Yeah.
And so I've been very, very lucky. So I think I'm I'm not a normal case. I'm kind of, unique in that I've been very lucky because it just so happened that my school was the only one offering an international license at the time, which meant that I can work anywhere in the world doing what I do. Where I'm currently stationed, they don't give a hoot about what I did in Indiana. It's just different regulations and things. So had I just moved here with my Indiana state license, I wouldn't have been able to work here without going to school first.
You'd have to do school all over again to match up to what they need.
To their level. They're called levels, basically. Yeah. Level 1, level 2, level 4. You have to get those levels, and it's based on which job you have. This is where spa ends. And then if you want to go further, like levels 4 and up, it's more clinical, medical.
So you do work off base then, right? Just
Yes.
to make it clear to everyone that you're not on base.
No.
You're off base.
No, because I've been, since 2008 when I graduated, from there till about 2015, I worked in the spa world where it was just more of, waxing and threading and massage and like spa world stuff. And it wasn't until I moved here where, using my international license, I was able to go more clinical.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So it's a whole different other experience than what you were doing when you were stateside, and it's still having you grow in your career.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then that's another thing you've already said,
Yeah.
Sometimes you're stuck doing like what entry level stuff, and maybe back home you were way more advanced than that. Here, it is different in this career field, in that there's always so many new techniques and things that are on trend and new facials out. And so with that, you're in my job field, you're able to be trained on the job.
Okay.
So that's pretty typical anywhere you are. So I was lucky to have come with, 10 years spa experience to then be trained on the job with lasers and things like that.
So can like a daily thing, what is it that you do? Like your main focus when you're at work, like what is it that you do? You just like wax buttholes and
No, I do that.
Seen them all.
You've seen one, you've seen them all.
That's what we were talking about this morning too. And we're like, I don't know how like Kai does it. We're seeing all those
Well, I don't wax
flappers
anymore.
the vaginal
flapping lips everywhere.
So I'll tell you that story if you want, but I have stories, but
I'm sure.
don't wax anymore. That spa world, I have not waxed since 2015. So, well, a little bit on my kitchen floor with you. Underarms.
My underarms, not my butthole.
No, underarms.
Underarms.
Just want to clarify.
Yeah.
But no, for that, I don't do that anymore. But basically, I just replaced wax with a laser in my hand. So I did the same thing. I'm just laser's doing it for me.
Okay.
You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah. Wait, do you laser vaginas?
Yeah.
Ow.
They're called Hollywoods.
Hollywoods.
Yeah.
Ow, that
Full
sounds
everything.
cool. Buttholes?
No, full everything. Yes, yeah. Front and back. Full
Why
everything.
would
You
you want
laser in your butthole?
Like, why would you want to be completely bare down there? No offense if anybody here in this room has that, but
Because it's itchy and
I know, but
and
like,
annoying.
it's so, and this is going to sound really gross for me to say, but it's so childlike.
I
It's so
know.
bad.
I know.
Like, leave a little bit.
Like a happy trail.
Yeah, like a happy trail, like a little landing slip.
Landing strip.
Or like
right?
an arrow
Yeah.
pointing to it.
Like
Your triangle.
Yeah, a little
pointing
triangle be like, enter here.
down. This is it right here.
Just here. Not back there.
No. Clean that up.
I mean,
But still,
Whatever.
why would you want all of that and then leave a hairy butthole? You
That's
you
true.
want to just get it all if you're going to be there.
It's to deter intruders. Oh, this place does not look landscaped. That means they don't care. So
It's
I'm going to
closed.
stay away from it.
This is
Drapes are closed.
What were we saying? Buttholes?
Buttholes. But so
Landscape.
to get back to your what you do.
What I do, yes. So I'm so much more than buttholes. Okay, guys. I'm a professional.
Professional butthole
waxer.
I don't
hair
wax.
remover.
Yes.
Laser remover.
Basically,
What where can you work? What establishments? Like a gym or?
you can if you are on the massage side. I'm not. But with skincare, you can work so many different places. Dermatologist office, spas, like hair salons if they have, a room in the back with skincare.
For like facials and
Yeah, everything. Anything like waxing, threading, eyebrows, facials, anything beauty related, eyelash perms, things like that. That's all spa world. Clinicals, you can work in a medical spa where it's more microdermabrasion, chemical peels, microneedling, things like that. Same with dermatologists. They obviously it's not as in depth of what you do because they're more prescription based. Like go on Accutane or whatever. You can work in several different capacities with clinical to medical to spa.
Okay. So you do have a lot of options open for you to be able to practice what you do.
Yes.
Obviously, it would depend on what you like doing the most.
Yeah, I mean, I got 10 years out of the spa world. I got everything out of it that I wanted to. I don't, in my personal, preference, I don't so much care how, I'm not about the ambiance and the candles and the music and are you relaxed? That's not what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about truly helping people who suffer with acne and, changing their lives, not necessarily how comfortable they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how was it for you when you were moving? I guess with yours is a little bit different because you were moving overseas, but how was it finding a job in your career field? Did you have a hard time, or was it like a simple sort of thing? Or how did you go about finding your current job?
Yeah, it was very easy. Again, I'm probably the world's luckiest person because I literally just pulled out or Googled or something, just, looked up like medical spas near me, and one popped up. I called it and I said, hey, are you guys hiring? And she said, actually, we are. And over the phone, we scheduled an interview and met with her, and I got the job on the spot.
Oh, wonderful.
It
Awesome.
was, yeah.
Great.
And even though they knew I was, it was a small family-based, place.
Yeah.
Anyway, they took a chance on me, knowing I was only going to be here for a set number of, short amount of years.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's nice, because that's always a worry sometimes, too, for people, is like, well, I really want to do this, but I only have this amount, especially when you're overseas, you have a time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, and I feel like sometimes in the States, that kind of stops people
It
a lot of
does.
the times, and
Yeah.
they're like, well, you're only going to be here for so long, and so I don't know if,
Yeah. And
this would work out.
And it stops you mentally too. You're like, well, yeah, like you said, I'm not going to be here that long. Why even bother? I won't even get it. They're going to know I'm, military, and they're not even going to hire me.
Yes.
Or, yeah.
You stop yourself, they also stop you.
Yeah,
too,
sometimes.
which is really bad, because that's like discrimination. Hey, don't do that.
Yeah, it's time discrimination.
Yeah.
And basically, again, with how lucky I've been, when I moved to Texas, I had a brand new baby. She was 2 weeks old when I moved to Texas, and I, again, did the same thing. I drove around town, and I was looking for places, and I found a spa, went in, talked, I got hired, and I ended up working there 5 out of the 6 years that I was,
Okay.
Nice.
Obviously, a little bit of time before and after leaving, when you PCS, you can't work. And because it was very important for me to, no matter even, I have a career that I'm passionate about, that I'm so lucky, and this is just me. Maybe I am very lucky, but it also is personal to me that I don't lose out on time with my career. I don't want to look back and see 4-year gaps because that assignment I didn't get to work, or I understand not everyone has that, like nurses and things like that. It's so frustrating. And again, because this field that I'm in is ever changing. There's always some new trends, some brand new things, some blood facial, microneedling, and microblading, and all these things that you have to keep up on.
You got to know all the newest and latest things. And I think of it as like hairdressing too. It's like you have training to do all the time. You got to keep up, and so if you miss out, not able to keep up with it where you go, that's hard.
And I didn't want to check out of the game for 10 years or 6 years or whatever, if I could help it,
I think you picked a really good, you're passionate about it too, which is great, but I feel like it's also a good field to get into because it's one that you could find a job.
Yeah, it's never going to go anywhere.
Exactly. Everyone wants skincare and you could do it from your home if you wanted to as well. You can set up your own business.
Yep.
And do those things.
Speaking of side business, Kai, we've been trying to convince her to start her own Etsy shop because she does.
Yes.
We gave her a shout out last episode on her macrame that she does. She's very talented.
She
with that. Yeah, and it looks beautiful.
We need macrame on the walls.
We find it at the same spot on the wall.
We have bare walls in here. We need your macrame.
Yeah, just like a nice tapestry hanging above our audio mixer here.
Yeah,
maybe a little plant hanger.
Yeah,
this room has a lot of light.
Yes, it does. Yeah,
it's inviting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
get on that.
Yeah. What? Tell everyone your Instagram is.
Or your Instagram.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
follow you around.
I thought I was so clever the other day when I was talking. I was like, "Look what I macro made," and I made a little pun, and I thought
She's
I was
so punny.
I'm so punny, and I thought I was so clever. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I Googled it, and I'm like, nothing's coming up. Just go try to find an Instagram with that name.
You'll find Kai.
Well, no, maybe, but you'll find every different variation of my pun. So I'm not clever, I'm not unique, I'm not funny. It's been done, and so for right now, it's macramade.by.kai. Like, macramade by Kai, with a few dots in there.
Yeah.
Might change it, I don't know. I don't know if I like it.
I like it.
It's
I think
just
it's cute.
And then in there, I'm like, look what I macramade.
Yeah. She's got a lot of cool stuff. She made coasters, plant hangers galore. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
No, it's a good thing.
Oh,
Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah.
I love all the plant hangers. I need more.
More.
I need more.
More
Yeah.
plant hangers
Well,
in your life.
we're going to
Yeah.
have a
We need a
workshop.
macrame night.
You and our other friend, Melissa, who loves to cross stitch, and she's very talented at that too. She's got a knack for it. And hers are really like, just her saying.
Grown up.
It's very
Adult.
whimsical,
I
but
love it.
adult elements. Right? It's super cute. Yeah, I love that. I don't have any talents.
Yes,
so
you do.
I can't. Nothing I can
turbo
sell.
chick.
Yeah, but I can't really sell it. I
You do sell
I
it.
literally can't sell it.
You sell it, and people keep coming back. You torture us with your awesome routines.
Yeah.
And sweat.
But
Hard work.
That's my job. That's my 3 days a week that I do work.
Yeah.
Like I get paid. Other than that, I'm a stay-at-home mom. Well, that's a lot of hard work.
That's a
It's a lot of hard
on its
work.
own, too.
Yeah, long hours.
And that's another
No
thing.
benefits.
It never ends.
Yeah.
Lots of benefits actually.
Sometimes, knowing your limit on what, if you are a working spouse, knowing, especially with our husbands' jobs, being what they do, it can be very hard to even just work part-time. And, like, hey, can you take my daughter to work? Hey, can you pick her up? It's can sometimes be tricky.
I think that's why there's such a high unemployment rate. It's hard for people to find a job, and then to work around the schedule, because your husbands have a schedule, and spouses,
Yeah.
spouses have a set schedule, and you have to. I mean, they can't work around it.
They don't care.
Very rarely can they ever like, hey, I have to get out early today because my wife's working or my spouse is working and stuff. And it doesn't work like that. So we have to really work around their schedule.
Yeah.
Like today, we're like, oh, can you maybe come home and watch, what's her face? Your mini me.
Mm-hmm.
But he's busy. He's got word ceremonies and I don't know what else he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's like gibberish, military jargon.
Yeah, military.
Not home. That's all I got. Like,
I can't come home, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, and it's hard because like your husband, comes and goes. Like your husband has 24-hour shift, or like they work and then they are working even longer than they're supposed to, or they have to go on TDYs and stuff. So it proves to be very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and on top of that, we follow them all around the world.
Yeah.
And some of us get to move with our careers. Some of us don't get to bring our careers with us, and we just have to figure out a way to make a little bit of extra income.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's no need for it if you're living very frugally and you're staying a stay-at-home parent. Oh my gosh, that's awesome! I like props for that because it's hard. It's very hard to handle and to juggle being a parent and working.
Yeah. You guys are awesome out there. Keep going.
Keep it going.
So Kai, tell us your process on what you did in order to work off base being overseas. Was there a lot to do for that process? Is it difficult to get all that situated?
Not really. I mean, honestly, again, so lucky. All I did was just call up, made an appointment. I got what's called a national insurance number to be able to work in this country, and that was it. I just, from there, it was very easy to get. I just waited in the mail, but even they didn't have to wait for that. They were like, just proof of my appointment was enough to get me started.
Oh, that's nice. So you don't have to wait.
No. And
at least in
no.
your case, hopefully not at all, maybe?
No, as long as it's proof that it's like they get
That
it,
you
it's
did
coming
it.
in the mail, yeah.
And once again, sorry to interrupt you. Once again, just for our listeners, that is here in the UK. It could vary in different countries.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is Kai's experience.
Yes.
I like it.
And like I said, the country I'm in doesn't give a crap about what I did in Indiana or Texas. Those are state by state, even within states, even with Indiana, like when I went to Texas. when I went to Texas. It just
we don't care how many buttholes you wax.
well, in like other, it's called reciprocity. Basically, I had 800 hours in Indiana. Texas, they're like, well, we don't care. You need to have our 600 hours or whatever. It's just state by state is different.
What?
Reciprocity.
Say that with a British accent.
Reciprocity. Yeah, it's just basically it's just saying that reciprocate is like whatever is here does not work there, vice versa. So like same with here. Had I not had my international license already, I would have had to have gone back to school in order to meet their requirements here in this country.
Yeah.
So
that's a lot.
So I got the national insurance number, and then I got started, and then again, what I said earlier is that they train you on the job. So I had no experience whatsoever. I had started a little bit, but I had no training whatsoever in like lasering and things like that. So I was trained on the job 3 years ago.
So overall, it's been very beneficial for you to be able to work in a different country because they do things a little bit differently. And like you said, you're really lucky enough to have an international license that allows you to do that. Mm-hmm. So you're going to go back to the States when the time comes, and you'll have all this experience under your belt.
Yeah.
To be able to apply and be like new techniques and stuff like that. Maybe something that's not flying in the States right now, and you might be able to be like, hey, can I suggest this?
There already is lines that like a brand new, I won't go into it, but just like an eye patch or whatever, a microneedling eye patch that is not even in the States yet. Yeah.
Just the one eye.
Just the one eye.
So, yeah, it's just...
my bad eye.
This is my good eye.
This is my good eye.
This is my good eye. And so, just, different things that it's not in the States. And I'm sitting here, I can go and I can take this along with the fact that I try really hard to just like, even when it's hard, even when I want to quit, even when, what you said, it gets hard with being a military. Sometimes single spouse, when your husband's deployed or whatever.
Yes.
It can be very hard, but once if you're passionate about it and stuff, it matters and you make it a priority. The fact that I can go back one day and get my forever job and just have that on my resume, that I didn't take off a 10-year gap.
Yeah, and then you're like, I worked in the UK too. Like, that's pretty awesome.
That's gonna be fancy.
That's impressive.
I'm fancy.
You are.
So fancy.
I drank tea and
I really did. Yeah. My clients would bring tea in.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Precious.
Yeah, so that sounds pretty good. So that's an option. You can work on base if there's nothing that really works on base too.
A lot of times, but a lot of times though, like in my case, I'll give an example. My background's in dental, so I was doing dental assisting. I have so much experience and years and years of assisting. And so when we moved here, I applied for a job off base because I said, well, I think we can work off base. Like that would be fine. I mean, we speak the same language. I'm sure all the jargon's the same. Well, I went in and I got interviewed, and I know the doctor really liked me because of my resume and my references, but I wasn't going to be able to do what I was able to do when we were stateside. Basically, he told me I couldn't stick my fingers in their mouth. It was illegal.
Keep your fingers to yourself.
Yeah. That's exactly what's going to happen. He's like, all you're going to do is you're just going to set up and break down on the instruments. And I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so boring, even though that's how I got started. It's just he was like, oh, you're not going to let me do, like tie bands on the kids' braces and, bond braces and all that, which I was doing before. So I had to call back. I said, I don't think I would be happy doing it, and I don't want to just do a job just to earn money. Like, I want to be able to do what I know I can, and I know I would like, so I turned it down. Not that they had offered it to me at that point, but I said, you just remove me from consideration, basically.
Yeah.
You don't want to regress.
Right.
No.
That is the hard. Yeah.
Even though I'm not working still, but maybe it's not a career that I want to keep going anyway, so.
Yeah. But you're doing good now.
I'm all right.
You're making people fit.
I'm all right.
You're fitting us. Fitnessing us.
Yeah. Kai attends the classes.
I do.
Yeah. She's a turbo kicker.
Yeah.
I love it. And I love Pio.
Yeah. It's so good. Just makes you feel good. I was just thinking this morning, I was like, I can't remember the last time I got out of bed where I was in pain, where you just have like everything creaks and squeaks. Other than when I'm just sore from like a good workout, but like I usually just will spring right out of bed and feel great.
You're so springy in the mornings.
And I'm almost 40.
You are almost 40. I'm not so springy. I'm not very springy in the morning. I need coffee first.
Well, yeah, other than being tired.
Yeah.
But like my body, like it doesn't hurt. It
Feels
doesn't
good.
ache. Yeah. I had a friend, sidebar, sorry, on Facebook yesterday. She posted, she's like, oh, any good recommendations on chiro for sciatica? And I almost went on to be like, I hate to tell you this, but I feel like working out would really help you. It helped me personally.
It helped me a lot. I've had a really bad with the hip and stuff too. So stretching and then
Core strengthening.
And just your fitness.
You were going to physio, right, Kai, for back pain too?
Yeah. My daughter broke my back back in 2015.
Oh no, did she step on a crack?
Oh, so it's true.
I wish. That would have been the easy one. No, literally back injury, locked up. I was bent over, couldn't stand up. Had to find the nearest ER in between Texas and Indiana. Got me a shot on the butt, and it was really. Anyway, I had a really bad back injury. Went to physio, but in the meantime, when I was cleared, to do things, I was doing turbo kick and things, and it really, really helped.
Yeah.
Off-base referral.
Off-base
Gotta love them.
For real.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, support your local spouses that are just hustling their LuLaRoe and their Scentsy and their essential oils. Like, they're trying to make a living too, and it may not be your thing, but you could support a spouse.
Support them. If there's something that you like, if you like the LuLaRoe, if you like Scentsies, if you like that, those MLM, quote unquote, companies, find a spouse in your area if you don't already have, a distributor. Find a spouse near you that's selling that stuff and support them, because you never know, like they could be brand new at it and need clients, or they're trying hard to be able to be stay-at-home moms and work, and this is the only way they can because of the schedule. So
especially young airmen, I remember back when my husband was a senior airman, and it's like raising, us dependents, like with a daughter, and there were just times where it's like, oh my gosh, I felt terrible. And that's another reason why I was like, I am going to work. I'm going to help, and it doesn't always work out like that. And so that's why all these little people who have the side hustle, I buy my friend back, I met her in Texas, but she's back somewhere else. Anyway, she knits and crochets, and she makes bookmarks, and I just, anything. I'll be like, I'll buy your bookmarks, and just any way you can help.
Yeah, we love that. I love that when people have their own business too, and they sell their own. They make T-shirts, or because everyone's always looking for T-shirts to be made, or special things, signs and things like that. And it's, find your local spouse around you, especially if you're new in the area. A local person would be so much easier. You don't have to be shipping. It's great.
Yeah.
But and hey, we'd love to plug you.
Yeah.
In our podcast.
Most definitely, especially if it's something really unique, something handmade.
Like Kai's macrame.
Macrame by Kai.
Macrame.
See? Plugs. Right
Yeah. Yeah, and even for the active duty too, they'll have side hustles as well.
Yeah.
Our friend Jordan, her husband used to do wood stuff, and he would build furniture for them, and he started selling it. And I think the page was George's
Noisy Garage.
I almost said noisy garage. Yeah. So that's another way that people find a way to make an extra income. So
because people will always want to buy that stuff. Somebody's always going to be looking for something.
Yeah,
always.
And if it's unique,
if it's handmade by somebody, that's even better.
And it's just a time to remember you're like, oh my gosh, remember we were stationed, and so-and-so's husband made this for me, and it's collecting things from around the world.
Yeah, it's great. It's great stuff. So we like to support. Let's support you guys.
Most definitely support your local spouse.
Our dependents.
Just hustling out there.
We love you.
Your dependents.
But not if you're selling drugs, and
no.
Yeah, we can't do that. Sorry.
Or other extracurricular activities. Yeah. Legal stuff.
Yeah. Passion parties are fine.
Oh, passion parties. I had one of those. They threw one for me when I was going away, when we were leaving Montana, and it was my going away party. It was a passion party.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really uncomfortable but hilarious.
They're super fun.
Yeah, it was funny.
They're so fun. I can't. When you're a distributor, I just am like, how do you stay so calm and like collected?
Not giggle.
When you're talking about putting this in your butthole and you can do this and look at these beads, and I'm like, where does that go? And she's like, well, let me tell you. And I'm like,
I think it's really
what?
funny. Yeah, I think it's really funny when they say, I have this.
Yeah.
Personally use it like, oh, it's like TMI, but also funny.
Detail on it too. Yeah. It's fun though. It's a fun time.
But then here we are talking about flexing buttholes.
Yeah. We have no shame.
Yeah.
No. You've seen one, you've seen them all. People come to me and they're so nervous and I'm like, girl, just lay down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally do not care.
Yeah.
It's like the gynecologist. They don't give a crap.
Yeah, they've seen a lot.
On a level of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is the dirtiest you've ever seen down there?
I mean, a good solid 9.5. Yeah,
Oh.
there were times where it's, you find all kinds of toilet paper, little bits in there.
Well, at least they tried to clean, I guess.
Bits and bobs.
Yeah, just found some bits and bobs. And I'm like, girl, strings. People have no shame of like, reschedule that, on another day, another week.
Or at least warn them, be like, I'll move it out of the way.
Yeah, no, like, hide it maybe. Yeah, no, I'm like,
Tuck it in.
yeah,
Ew. But then you gotta go fishing for it later.
no.
Ew.
Just little things where I'm like, my horrible life.
Particles.
Yeah, just bits and bobs in there.
Every time you say bits and bobs, all I can picture is a bob from like
a fishing lure.
from like a sewing machine, or like little sewing.
Yeah, I just think of like I just think of like a little, like a wood container full of just buttons and
Buttons,
marbles.
Treasure.
Yeah,
Thread treasures.
Oh no!
No, but there are some
Good hiding spots in
times
there.
where I'm just, lasering away, and I'm just like, what if someone from high school that I haven't seen or talked to since graduation day, like, I wonder what Kai's up to. If they could just have a glimpse into my world at this very second.
Yeah.
Butthole in the face.
See what you see.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Spread your cheeks, please.
That's what they do.
That movie, What's Your Number with Anna Faris? Oh my gosh, where she goes and she's trying to find every person that she slept with and see if she has a connection with them, right? To be like, this is the one, right? And she goes to the gynecologist. And she's like, it's me. I think her name was Allie. She's like, it's me, Allie. He's like, oh no, I don't know who you are. And she's like, okay. So he proceeds to perform the exam. And then he's like, oh, Allie. And she's like, what is going on down there?
I recognized you.
So that's gonna be Kai. Oh, I recognize you by your bits and bobs.
Yeah. There are clients where I'm like, who, what name, what is this?
Yeah.
And then I'll see their face. I'm like, oh, hey girl. Like I'm not good with names all the time because I have so many clients. But then,
You'll see those
Because
faces.
my soul feels like...
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, did you guys hear that?
It's the sound of freedom.
Freedom!
Freedom!
Let freedom fly over! Really fast? Much faster.
So rude. Don't they know that we're here recording? They can't be doing this.
No, I already got them to switch out for Thursdays. It says today's an off day.
It's off day. They just didn't know. They didn't get the memo?
They didn't get the memo. Damn it. Turns out. Anyways.
Did you know that my daughter's teacher says damn it all the time?
In class?
Yeah. Apparently, I don't think it's like that, like a bad word out here.
No. My daughter told me that her teacher says, Mom, you know what my teacher says a lot? Holy sugar balls.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
That's a funny one.
I mean,
it's not thankfully the word, but
it's
you're still implying like, oh man, yeah.
Yeah. We were
That's
just
so funny.
talking about using the JC, like Jesus Christ, and it's like cheese and rice.
Cheese and rice.
And then when my daughter heard me say it one time in my traffic rage, she's like, "What are trees and cries?" I was like, trees and cries all the time now.
Yeah. I need to watch myself more.
My son came home saying he called my daughter a dickhead. And I said, my son's 6, by the way. And he's like, dickhead. And I was like, whoa. So I sat him down and I was like, where'd you get this? He was so ashamed and he started crying. I got to tell me where he heard it from. And it's a child in his class that apparently likes to speak in colorful language. You're 6, again, let me remind you.
Very colorful.
And it's like, where are you hearing this? That it's okay for you to say that to other children. And I told him it's a grown-up word that a grown-up will say in anger. I don't want you repeating that. And he told me the other day, he's like, blobby blobby, called me a dickhead again. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, punch him in the face. I'm just kidding, I didn't say that. I don't endorse the violence.
No. Wink, wink.
Wink.
No, but really, we don't.
No, we don't.
No. We joke around about it, but it's serious. We don't actually. We don't want to raise bullies.
It's implied.
Okay, it's implied. Yeah, as they watch me do turbo kick, be like, punch, 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 kick,
Yeah.
kick.
Back fist.
Back fist,
Back fist, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so, hey, that was a really good segment.
Great.
We were so lucky to have our special guest with us today. Our
First interview, yes.
Thank you, guys.
And when you guys become insanely wild, crazy, popular,
We will.
we'll always remember what I was the first.
You were the first. It was.
And then we talked about black holes.
We did. We talked a lot about that.
Yeah.
So we do have another part that we're going to be adding in, and because Lindsay is going to come join us for our second part after she's done with her job.
Yeah, with her job, because she's so important.
She's very important.
Yeah.
Making people relaxed and flexible and stuff.
Yeah, actually she's been really lucky with being able to sub these yoga classes. Like she's
Yes.
gotten quite a few, so good for her.
I know. And she really does need her own class. But you don't. Don't, Lindsay, because you're so busy.
She's so
We want you all to ourselves.
We're gonna hide you
But
in the
you're
closet
awesome.
and just feed you wine and all the dairy.
Yeah.
So you can't
Sorry.
move.
You
So
just
you'll
have
be
to stay with
so
us.
much pain you can't move from all the dairy.
Yes.
Sorry about the dairy.
But we're not.
No, we're not.
Yeah. But her yoga class is really good. She's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. So
You've done her yoga class, right?
Mhm.
it's very relaxing and makes your legs burn.
Yes, I love her class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She used, last week I took her class and she had her oil diffuser this time. Oh, it smells so good in
Oh,
that
really?
room. Yes. With the lights out, and then she had the oil diffuser with that has a light in it too, and then the little bit of lamps that was both of my wrists that cracked. The lamps around the room was just like perfect.
Yeah.
It was great.
I'm gonna have to go sometime this week and try to do a yoga class because I like it. It's very relaxing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I can't stay still for that long. Like I need to move. That's why I like Pyo because it's both like the element of yoga and cardio in there, which I really like.
Yeah, it's a lot of movements. You don't stay in positions very long. You keep moving through them quickly.
Yeah.
Which is good. I like yoga to make me flexible, and I like Pyo to keep me flexible and cardio fit.
Yeah.
And then I'll turbo kick because it just makes me sweat and happy.
And happy.
In my jeans.
Yes. Well, thank you, Kai, so much for giving us a little insight into what you do and how you went about being able to work while you're traveling. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Thanks for being our first guest.
I'm so happy.
It was so exciting. We're fancy now.
Yeah, we are.
We're up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good now. But it was good. It was good information to know how to work overseas and what you need to do.
I feel like I'm not a good example because I just so blessed with
No, you're definitely good.
everything that's happened to me, basically. I mean, just
No, that was a great example for someone like you. And I mean, I'll go into talking about my experience with working and how I wasn't able to travel with my career. Jen has her career that she wasn't able to travel with as well.
Yeah. So I know it's good to hear because then you had a good experience and you know the process on what to do, which is great for people that are new coming overseas and wanting to do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Become an esthetician because you can take that shit anywhere.
yeah.
Well, that wraps up our segment with Kai.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
We'll be back in a bit.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
With
take-
Lindsay.
For me being here, you're welcome.
Yes.
Let's take a pee
Thank
coffee
you.
break.
Seriously. And welcome back.
Welcome back to Lindsay. She's finally joining us after her hiatus and the whole meeting.
Hey guys.
Where were you? Tell us.
Wherever I went, there I was.
There you were.
And now I have returned. I was off serving my local military members
Serving your members?
at the fitness center, teaching some yoga and saluting the moon and sun, finding some breath and stillness
In the world of chaos.
in the world of chaos and broken glass and liquids.
Oh no, that sounds like a story worth telling. What happened?
I broke an entire glass cleaner liquid bottle filled with liquid and cleaner,
Oh no.
surrounded in a glass container.
Yeah.
And my bathroom floor ate it,
Damn you bathrooms.
Oh no.
and I had to clean it up.
And then wallow in sadness and all that clearing on.
But I blame gravity and the pull of the tides, that big moon that is overhead, just so big and just so strong, and I was weak.
We gotta give it up to gravity though. It keeps us very grounded.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's good to be grounded.
it's good to be
It's good
grounded.
to be uplifted. It's good to find balance between the two.
It's kind of weird. Let's get back to it.
Let's see.
So yeah, Lindsay was off doing yoga. That is her job, and that's exactly what we're talking about today. Is working as a military dependent in how you travel with your career, or if you have to do odd jobs here and there to make an income or have an extra income aside from your active duty spouse. So
And how your jobs change every few years
yeah,
Yep.
as you move and reroute.
Yeah.
New jobs to do.
we've all had odd jobs, I'm sure. We've all had to leave careers behind. Being here that we're stationed in the UK, overseas is not easy to find. It's very limited to get a job on base. You're going to be GS or NAF or I don't know what other contracting.
Yeah.
Contractor, is that what it is? Yeah. So
Independent
And there's like
contractor.
the DOD, the ones to the school, people who come over, contractor. Or,
yeah. So you're doing yoga.
Yeah, I teach yoga. I'm self-employed, but
Self-employed.
contracted
Yeah.
through a contract.
Working for yourself through the contract.
Self-employed on a contract.
Yeah.
I teach yoga. Yes, I do. I teach it here.
What jobs have you had?
I've had a lot of different jobs.
Well, since you've
But
been a spouse.
Did a lot of like restaurant work. One that was funny, Fairchild. I went to this job fair at the library or some sort, and I worked at a call center.
Like telemarketer?
Like when you pick up your cell phone and you dial the 611 or whatever, and you get the person and you want to scream at them about your bill and why you have poor habits and paying for your own bill on time and not using the online friendly version.
It's your fault.
It was me.
Yeah.
And I had to show empathy and be like, I am so sorry that you're going through this, and I would be more than happy to take care of your needs today.
Yeah.
And they would be like,
Lady!
and I'd be like, okay, I'm not going to tell you to calm down because that doesn't help people calm down.
Yeah.
It only makes it worse. So I'm sorry. No, but it was the weirdest job. We were like in all these cubicles, like a library. You're surrounded by people, so you could see like the super peppy one behind you, the one that's just like all business, or the slacker. And then, but you're super close, so it's like if somebody goes out on like a smoke break or something, you're like sitting next to them, and they're billowing cloud of smoke and tar. And when they're like sick, everybody in like within the cubicle area gets sick following. And it was really intriguing. I learned a lot about different people, about handling people, about talking to people, and that I never wanted to do that job again.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the best job to be like, leave it at work. Leave that anger at work. Leave work at work. Don't bring
People
it
are
home.
angry. And technology sucks sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a technologically savvy person. So like I'm the person with all like the broken issues and the phone that doesn't work. So yeah, like tech support and stuff like that. It's really helpful, but who needs that job? So I was pregnant when I was working in there. And I went back for a little bit after I had my daughter, and then I was like, just kidding, I'm out. Good day.
Yeah. I don't need this.
Took all my paid time off and my leave, and I was sayonara suckers.
Yeah.
But it was a good learning experience, I guess, and it was something to do.
Yeah.
I usually was in like the restaurant industry and bartending, but when my husband was in Korea, I worked as a secretary at a law firm, and then I taught yoga at a wellness club
Oh, nice.
there.
Mhm.
And so I had to deal with like all the child care and things because I was solo.
You were single parenting it.
I was single parenting it. Thank you, Jen, for using my words because I can't.
Your
I
words
said,
are great.
had 7 waist in yoga class today, and I called everybody bananas.
Well, they look like bananas, though.
They did.
Not everybody appreciates the word moist. It does not bother me at all.
No.
Moist.
Have you held anything else since being a spouse? Do that. Did you do yoga when you were in Japan?
I got my yoga teaching in Japan. That's where I went to school, and then I just did it on a voluntary. I used to trade with my neighbor. She was super fantastic. She still is. She was a massage therapist.
Oh, yeah.
But she also did like physical therapy and worked with like a lot of children. So she had, I think, like a GS job or some sort, NAP or one of those government jobs that she was like a contractor out there. And I would teach her yoga on the rooftop beachfront. And then she would train me for 1 hour massages. And I was like, it just doesn't feel fair. I was like, I mean, what I'm doing for you is not as much work as yours. And she loved it. And so I would always like get her and teach her regularly. And then she'd be like, okay, get in for the massage. And I'd be like, oh, I'm busy. Or like I always felt kind of bad. Like I was abusing the trade or something, but she would full on tell my husband, "You're watching the kids. I'm pulling her down here because she won't come."
I would not feel bad at all if someone wanted to give me a massage.
Oh, it was wonderful.
That's
massages,
awesome.
Yeah, mind, body, and spirit. She was great.
Oh, cool.
I want a neighbor like that.
But yeah, so when I was in Japan, I only used the yoga for my roller derby team. We would train together. I would teach people yoga and then trade with my neighbor, but nothing I never got into the fitness center.
Mm-hmm.
They had a lot of yoga teachers there.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty hard to get in if you didn't have something already.
Yeah. That seems like it out here too. There's already people that have it locked down.
The fitness stuff.
Yeah. Hard to kind of get into.
It was
Lots.
it was hard to get into. I work at the gym on base, and I had to like pester somebody until they could give me an answer. And they said, "Well, you need this certification before you start working." So I was going through the certification, and I got that, and then finally I said, "Okay, well, this is the only class we can offer you." I said, "Well, I haven't been properly trained in that class that you're offering me, so I don't feel comfortable taking it." And they would tell me, "No, you just come in and shadow an instructor, and you're fine." And I'm like, "How about I volunteer? I'll volunteer for a few months and see if, and if it has any results, that'd be great." And they said, "Okay, if you can get your numbers up, we'll put you in the contract." So I went in and I did my specialty, and they're like, "Okay, your class is doing good. We're going to put you on the contract." And I've been on there ever since. But it was like they gave me the runaround. You need this certification, and then you need this, and then you need this other thing, and then once you're on, it's like, well, you can't teach what you're qualified in, what you're trained in. So that was it was really frustrating. And then it's like, okay, well, the gym only has like 2 classes offered, and they're like 14 times a week.
Some variety, There's a ton of HIIT classes and not enough other types.
Yeah.
Yoga's great. They have yoga spaced out perfectly.
Because there's day, there's evening. There's
and I love that too. But I'm like, yoga's good. Everybody loves yoga, and I know HIIT classes are good too. But I mean, you still gotta have some variety to things, like more than just those.
Yeah.
Well, that seems like a safety issue thing too. If you're like trained in something and they don't want you doing this something that you're trained in, that you know modifications, that you know techniques and form, and then they want you to shadow somebody in something else.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's strange, but what have you done, Jen? Like any odd jobs, or what is this like since you've been a spouse?
I did real estate back in Kansas, and I had a great time. Most of the time. You're working with people, so it gets frustrating, especially when you're working with other agents who know more, I guess, or they've just been around for a long time, so they really feel like they know what they're doing. Yeah, and it's competitive. Yeah, it's at the time there was like over 2,000 agents when I was working, and so you can imagine like in a small, Wichita wasn't like a huge area, but you work in like the town surrounding it too, because they weren't like super far away, so you'd be in the towns that were right around Wichita too. But yeah, it's like you really have to work hard to get your stuff out there. But it was a great learning experience. I learned so much about houses and buying and the loan portion of it. And I mean, Wichita, I know a lot about their housing market now and like the loan process and everything. So moving to a different state, I wouldn't know quite as much, but that's okay. I kind of get the whole idea of it down and know how to buy a house much better. We even sold my house. So when we got orders to move here in the UK, I got to sell my house myself, which was super exciting.
Wow.
Yeah. Stressful, but very exciting too. So yeah, I had to leave that because, I mean, I moved overseas. Yeah, I can't really work like that out here. Everyone was like, "Oh, are you gonna sell real estate in England?" And I'm like, "No."
Did you look into it at all?
No.
If it would,
I heard
like a
the
different
process.
licensure. Or
No.
Early. I heard like when you buy houses here, one of the guys at the dance place, he's like a pastor, and he was saying you go through like rigorous like court process, and there's all these fees and these things and these permits and it's madness.
They do a lot of different stuff out here. So like even when you're renting, you don't even like in the States, you go through an agent to help you. Even to help like find a house to rent to, you can go through an agent to help you. But here it's like you don't use just any agent. You use the agent that's already has the house up for sale for rent, and you call them directly.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like completely different. Like this, everyone's like, "Well, you can work in like a rental agency," and I was like, learning about my husband's job, I was like, I just don't.
That's boring.
I wouldn't have time. That's the thing. It's like you have to be available all day to be able to chauffeur people off base around to the houses. And my husband's job is just so chaotic. He has a normal working schedule when he's here, but he moves so much that, or not moves, but leaves so often that, and it could just be in a, less than a week's notice sometimes. So it just wouldn't work out. I don't want to do after school childcare and worry about that. And then, it was just too much. So I just decided not to pursue anything out here and just try to be free.
Be free.
Have some freedom. It's also too because I didn't want to be locked down to a job where I had to put in leave and stuff to leave.
Yeah.
When he could leave.
Yeah, because then you're like, okay, well now my active duty spouse has to put in leave, and then I have to coordinate my leave with their leave. And it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, that's why with the kids and everything, I just didn't want to deal with that. That's why I admire your guys' job with the fitness.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty flexible.
Right.
Yeah.
It's an hour a day.
Yeah. 3 times a week. And even then, it's like, well, I can get a sub if I'm not going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of jobs as a spouse.
That's good.
Yeah.
You've had a lot of different experiences with different
Yeah.
agencies and such.
Yeah, so when we first got married, I was working at Victoria's Secret.
Nice.
And I had to leave it because we were moving. Yeah, Lindsay worked there too. We didn't work the same one, but...
I was like 17. Yeah, it was one of my second or third jobs.
Nice.
I was in my 20s. Like, I had... Yeah, anyways. So we got married and I was working there, and he was like in tech school, and so I had to wait for him to come back, and I left that job to move because we moved to our first duty station in Guam, and then when I got to Guam, it was like 3 months before I had a job. Yeah, so I got to work. I worked at the Arts and Crafts Center, and I worked in the back. I did picture framing. So people would come in and bring pictures, and we would custom frame it for them. Like they would custom frames or whatever, and we'd cut the glass and the frame, everything. Or like the pictures that you see like in offices or even in your home. I'm sure if you look around and like your spouse has one with like coins and stuff, like with awards. We did all that. That's what I did. So we did the cutouts for the coins and like flags. We would fold flags. Yeah, we would take it to like the honor guard, the flags. We'd like, you fold this, and then we would put it in the frame.
Did you guys ever get anything super weird to frame? You're like, what is this? Look at this.
No, the weirdest thing that I got to frame was actually my first thing that I framed, which was a woman that came in with like a get well card that a child had given to her. It wasn't a cheap frame either. Like it was just a little 5x7 get well hard at the child, and I had told her, I said, it's only going to be one-sided, so whatever is on the inside is not going to show. And she's like, that's okay, just have whatever he wrote down. And I was like, okay. And it was like $80 for a tiny little picture frame that ended up being like it was small. It was like for a 5x7 picture. I thought that was, I was like, okay, well, it was a really sweet gesture of her to honor the little boy like that, you know? So that was the weirdest thing. But we would get really cool pictures. Like, I remember this woman that had just gone back from Australia, and she had bought, it's a picture of lightning that she had paid like $500 for. And it was beautiful. It had all these like pinks and purples and white colors, and it was gorgeous. And it was very expensive to frame it. And and then we would just do like the coins and awards. And there was like an engraving shop there too, so she would come and be like, oh, I have these tags that they want to put on the thing or whatever, and like Staff Sergeant blah 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 or Private blah blah blah. So that was really cool. My daughter's in the background, sorry. And we would, so it was Arts and Crafts Center, and we'd also blow up like balloons. Oh my god, there's hundreds of balloons. And flower bouquets every now and then. And then in the building itself, again, there was like a information and tickets travel. Someone's mowing the lawn.
Oh.
Sign of freedom.
Why you gotta mow your grass right now, people?
For real. Yeah, it was information ticket and travel, so you could go to like flights and stuff, or we had like local tours, and we'd do like dolphin watching. So they had boats that would go out dolphin watching, or what else? It's been so long. Oh, sunset dinner cruises. Those were really beautiful. And so I got to go for free because they're like, we want you to go so you can tell people what they are. So I would like take my husband, and like we had family once him come down, and we went and sunset dinner cruise and like dolphin watching. Wasn't sure I didn't see dolphins, but we got to snorkel while we were on it, and Kyle was chasing this giant turtle, sea turtle. So I did that. It was a little bit of everything in that shop. And then I went to work I was working for the Red Cross. Not really working, I was volunteering for the Red Cross, and it was hands-on training with the dental clinic on base. So I was getting trained as a dental assistant on base. It was like a 6-month program, and it was all hands-on. And I did everything that a dental assistant does. I would take x-rays, I would, screen patients, all that. It was awesome. It was such a great program. I highly recommend it if it's being offered in an installation near you. Definitely take advantage of it because it's hands-on and you get so much experience out of it. And they just teach you how to go about it in a really clean way. So once I got done with the dental assisting training, I went to work off base for a little bit. And then we got orders to our next duty station, again another overseas duty station, and we got there, and it was had a really hard time finding a job. I considered subbing, which when you're overseas, that's a great opportunity for like quick cash. Yes. You sub, and they pay you pretty well for the day, and they need a lot of subs
Always.
Because I feel like it's cheaper to get a sub than to get hire a teacher.
You just have to be super flexible and open when they call you. They might call you in the morning when they need you to.
For that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's good, and you don't have to be a teacher. You don't even have to have a specialty in teaching. So you considered subbing?
I started the package. I started filling out the package for it, and then I ended up applying for the BX too, because I was like, well, let me just apply for the BX as well. Like, I was desperate. We didn't have children, so I had a completely open schedule to go work. I had my my background in dental assisting, so I had experience, and I went and asked at the clinic, is there any spaces, and they said no, but I could volunteer. And I said, well, it was a 20-minute drive. I said, that's going to be a lot of fuel for me to spend on a weekly basis to not get paid. I was just cheap. So I ended up getting the job at the BX, and I worked in the back as their visual merchandiser. So when you walk in and you see like the signs of the smiling people like over the like the clothing area and stuff, or like the signs on the shelves, that was me. That's what I would do. So I would have to figure out all the sales that were happening for that week, prep everything, and put it out like the day before the sale started. And then I would climb this giant ladder to hang up these pictures from the ceiling every like 3 or 4 months, something like that. So that was actually a fun job to have. I got to learn a lot about that and like making displays for like certain items. That was pretty fun. And then after that, I ended up getting a job at the dental clinic on base. And I worked, it was a NATO base, so I worked for the Army. And they did things a little bit differently than how I was trained, but it was still very organized, very clean. We took care of our active duty. We saw some family members, just depending on the availability that they had, because that's not always the case. I know stateside, they don't see civilians unless it's an emergency, but overseas, it's all upon availability. So I did that. That was great. I absolutely loved working for them. It was a good experience, and I did like general, and then I went to like ortho, so I did like braces and stuff. And then I had my son, and then we were due to move anyway, so we went to the States. And oh, by the way, that was a GS. I don't know, I didn't say that, did I? When I was a dental assistant on base, I was GS. So it was a GS5. So by categories when you go in, and of course, the higher the category, the more you get paid. So I was kind of the bottom of the totem pole, but I was still getting paid pretty well. And on top of my salary, I got COLA.
Oh.
I got COLA, so I was like self-sponsored.
For being a GS?
Yeah.
In that industry, at least?
Yeah. So
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I was self-sponsored. Actually, it was really funny because I went to put the car under my name so we wouldn't get like taxed for it because it was our second vehicle. Or something like that. There was some sort of thing where we would end up paying something for our second vehicle. I think it was a fuel card. That's what it was. It was a fuel card. We had like rations for fuel. Mm-hmm. So you can only go to certain gas stations and get fuel from that gas station. And we only got one ration card because we only had one active duty member. So once I started working, I was considered self-sponsored. And then they're like, you can get your own fuel card. I was like, okay, so we went in to get my fuel card, and the guy's like, well, the car has to be under your name. And I was like, okay, let's put it under my name. He's like, your husband has to sell it to you. So we had to do like a bill of sale.
How funny.
And he sold it to me for like €1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like the transaction made, but not really.
Yeah.
And then we were able to get myself a fuel card, and I was self-sponsored. So if Kyle would have like left the country, I think he could have stayed.
Yeah, you can.
Working. Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Or you can get him to extend with that status. Your job can help keep him there longer.
Ah.
I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Yes. But yeah, so I did that. I'm trying to think of what else goes along with the GS. When I worked with BX, I was NAF, which I think, according to a friend who works with BX, is now GS. Maybe just her position at the time. But it was NAF, which is non-appropriated fund. I don't know what that means. Okay. You're okay. Sorry.
No. But it just means 2 different websites you have to go to apply
Yeah.
for jobs.
So I did that. And then when I went to Montana, I kept with the dental assisting, but I went to work for an orthodontist, which if you're in Great Falls, Montana, Marshall Orthodontics is a place to go. Trust me, it is. It's a great place, friendly staff, very, very, very nice establishment. And that's the jobs that I've had. So, but being here, I haven't really looked that much. I've applied a few places, and like I mentioned earlier, I went to apply for a dental assisting job off base, but they weren't going to let me do what I would have liked to do, what I used to do. Just the regulations, and I totally respect that, but I know I wouldn't have been happy. So.
Yeah, and you don't want to sit there and do something that you're not really going to be fully enjoy.
Exactly.
Taking the time and finding childcare if you have to and all that too.
That's the thing, it's the childcare that holds me back a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I having to spend so much money for someone else to raise my child?
Yeah.
Maybe once my youngest is in school, it'll be a different, but I don't think so. Because like you said, like, I don't want to have to take leave
Mm-hmm.
and then with my husband.
But yeah, which is good. It's nice to hear about the different jobs, especially working on base and all that too. Because the childcare thing that's what's held me back the most. I had a hard time even doing real estate. I had a hard time with it because you have to be fully committed and you have to have all this time to help people whenever they basically want to.
Who would watch your kids?
I had a really good friend. Her husband worked with mine in the same squadron. My friend Bree. Hi, Bree.
Hi, Bree.
Bree, you're so great.
Yeah, she was really great. My daughter would be in school all day because she was kindergarten to in first grade while we were there, and so she would watch my son, especially when Dave was deployed because he got deployed. David, the worst. We were there and I was working. And, God, it was a nightmare. And having understanding, wonderful clients who let you bring your kids with you when you are in an emergency.
Yeah.
I know. They decide to schedule showing last minute. You're like, okay, I don't have childcare. My husband's gone. Okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Tablets here. God.
Yeah.
Please forgive me. But that's the thing. Is like it's childcare that keeps me from really applying because I don't want to have to find childcare in order to work. I don't know. It's my preference on it. Tons of people do it, and that's great. Like because you like to work. You know, there's people that just want to work, and that's great.
Yeah.
I don't have that motivation. I would like to work, but I don't want to have to pay extra.
Yeah.
For somebody to watch my kids. That's all.
And it's not like we absolutely need that extra income.
Right.
Like, from what I see here, you guys are pretty good with your finances and you're living just fine.
They make really smart choices.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
We try, and I mean, we think about it. I mean, that's what Dave always tells me too. He's like, you don't have to work. Like, he's like, don't feel like you have to, which is really nice because, you know, you don't want to feel like I'm the dependa who just sits there and, you know,
kids say, what?
Exactly. My kids are at school all day and then here I am.
Yeah.
But I like my routine, so I get to have, I get to go work out.
We serve too.
Oh, ew, no. I get to go work out though. It's really nice.
Yeah. I mean, we are very lucky to where our husbands don't say like you need to get a job, and we're able to stay home with our children. It's joy. It's a joy.
It's a joy.
Yeah. And you know, being overseas and trying to get a job on base is super competitive. Super competitive. I mean, I remember when I was going in for that dental assisting position, I had a friend who was doing it too, and we were interviewed together. Well, not together, but she was interviewed like a couple days before me, and then I went in, and I only had my training from the Red Cross as a background and a little bit that I worked off base. She had 18 years of experience, no joke, and they picked me.
Oh.
I want to say it was because I didn't have any kids at the time.
Yeah.
And she had
But
3.
that's considered discrimination.
It
in
is.
the lawsuits. So this is just her opinion.
This is just my opinion.
We talked about that before though too, about the employers, especially, I mean, in the States and stuff, they see that you're a military spouse and they know that you have a time limit. And then they
Well, someone
hire
can have
you.
experience, but if they don't have the personality or they don't have the thing that the business is looking for, I mean, you've got a lot going for you. I mean, I know we always talk about your beautiful looks and your dimples and your Victoria's Secret hair, but like maybe you had what they wanted in their office to like make people feel comfortable. Like maybe you have ability for people. Like think about in dentists. Like I don't like dentists. I get very nervous. My palms sweat, anxiety, and like I want to be around somebody comfortable. So even if the other chick has 18 years of experience, maybe they can see right off the bat that you're the person that is friendly and comfortable to be around.
And she has really great teeth.
Or maybe it was your hair and your face. Or maybe they judged it
smile.
discriminatorily just by the way your teeth looked because it was good for their business.
Maybe they saw that I was a minority. They're like, this one.
This is the ethical choice here.
We need more Hispanics. So yeah, they're like, the Mexican! Pick the Mexican!
Oh, don't even talk. We want you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're what we've been looking for.
Yeah, and I was there for 2 years.
Nice.
2 years, and I had my son, and then I left. And then they were probably like, dang it, I wish we would have picked the other one, because
We would have been on 20 years.
We ended up staying another, like, a year and a half after we left. So
Yeah.
she would have been there still.
But better to have someone more relatable and comfortable to be around.
I would definitely chat up with people. Yeah, definitely chat them up. It'd be funny because sometimes I get like people that we knew, like that worked with my husband or whatever, and they'd be like, I don't want you looking in my mouth. And it was like kind of buttholes. It's like, well, seen one, seen them all.
Yeah,
Seen one, seen them all. Yeah.
Wax and buttholes. Yeah, we talked about that.
That word, I don't even know if I can let it pass my lips.
So waxing or the butthole?
Butthole.
Which one? Butt or hole?
Oh, jeez.
How about hole and butt?
How about
The
arse?
sphincter.
Your arse?
Your
Your
arse?
arsehole?
How about a noose?
Your bum.
How about your noose?
You're a noose cord.
A noose corn? Corn hole?
Corn.
Oh. Corn exits.
I like that you put the exit on there.
Museum jail.
Yeah. It's an exit hole only.
I did want to say, because I found it really interesting with the jobs that we've had and like the spouses that we've known that have had weird jobs and or have taken their own businesses, like Kaya with her macrame. I really hope she takes off with that because that sounds like so much fun to
She's
do.
so good at it too.
Yeah.
She picks it up really well.
Mhm.
And just, I mean, she makes magic.
Yeah,
Magical things.
magical macrame.
Which we'll have hangings up soon and we'll send you pictures.
Yeah, we'll send you pictures.
Yay!
There we are.
So let's try to post a link to her,
We will.
her Instagram.
Yep.
Um, yeah. Or like Jen and myself that are kind of entrepreneurs with our fitness business.
We try.
They're
try.
totally entrepreneurs.
We're trying.
Yeah. Or
Or
with,
support your fitness instructor.
or with this podcast. This
Yeah.
podcast, yeah. But you never know, we might make a living.
Which
You support us, share with friends.
Yeah.
Email us at chemistbuddy@gmail.com.
one day we'll get there with
Oh, most definitely.
ads and stuff. Right now everything's free.
Yeah.
Enjoy your free.
Enjoy free. But I did want to talk about. I'm part of a Facebook group called like the Military Spouse Network, and I saw this thing. It was just funny when we came up with the topic of working, and her name is KP Palmer. That's her Facebook name, and she writes articles for the Army Wife Network, and she's gonna write one about just jobs, just working as a dependent, and I think that'll be ready July 8th on that Army Wife Network. If anybody wants to look it up,
Check her out.
definitely when she has her article out, I'll give her a read and address it on here. But I thought that was really neat that she was talking about that, and there was a bunch of stuff on there, like a bunch of people that had just weird jobs, like car detailing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean not that it's a weird job.
No, but it's just different.
yeah, it's different.
Yeah. There's somebody out here too that does car detailing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I just one thing to do it. Before I got married, I used to restore tile grout.
Oh,
Really?
I had a friend who her mom owns this business still, and we would go restore grout. So we go if there's like new grout, we would go seal it, and then we would restore grout. So you get paint, you get usually use Simple Green to clean the tiles out and everything. You get a toothbrush, you stick it in the paint bottle, and you just paint those lines back. You fill it in if anything is like cracked. Travertine tile was very finicky because it's super fragile. So there's special filler for that too. Yeah, I learned a lot, but I was
That sounds
Jenny. Something like that.
I had knee pads, so it kind of helped. But we did one at the hospital. We restored the stuff at the hospital, which was a pain in the ass because everybody kept walking on it, even though we had blocked off. They would still walk through, like, take your blood somewhere else, guys.
Go be sick somewhere.
Yeah, but we restored all the grout in the jail.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Pima County Jail. We went in there, and it was super weird, and it was just two out of high school girls, two teenagers, 18, 19?
In a prison.
In a prison.
A male prison or female prison? Or
It was a mix, but
mixing?
we were mostly on the male side, apparently, I guess.
Oh.
And, they would put us in the jail cells. We'd have to go walk down. They'd have to escort us to get water, come back. We cleaned, we scrubbed the crap out of that stuff.
Really
It's gross.
cool.
Sure, cool.
No, I mean, I'm sure Lindsay does, but I get such a satisfaction from seeing something really gross, and if I cleaned it,
Yeah, you should have seen it. It was like how
Grout gets
dark
me.
that stuff used to be
Yeah.
to how clean it was when we restored it. And then we painted all the grout too. And it was nice because they were like thick grout lines and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like satisfying to paint it and be like, oh, I did that.
we had little tiny grout in our bathroom in Guam. It was like an inch, 1 inch by 1 inch,
I hate those.
and it had white grout, but it wasn't white when we moved in.
No.
Oh, that's
yeah.
the worst.
It was like brown.
Yes.
And so I started I thought it was brown, like that was the color, until I started noticing like around like areas where you wouldn't really walk on,
Mm-hmm.
or like it would get wet, like around the shower. And I was like, "It's white."
Yeah.
So I got like a bleach pen,
Yeah.
and I
There are
bleached
special ways.
all of it.
Yeah, there are some ways to really clean that stuff out. I hated doing that because having to repaint that grout, you're just basically painting the tile, and it just made me mad. Because then you have to go back through and wipe it all down, and then the paint would dry, and you just scrape it.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh, how interesting!
Yeah, so I did that. Hey, if you've got any weird jobs that you would think about doing, please share them with us.
Yeah, or
Email
if you
us.
have a weird job, something that somebody considers a weird job.
Yeah. Email us, dependuslighting@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Instagram,
Or the tweets on the tweeters.
the Twitter. Yeah, we got a tweet shout out. It was great.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Go find Nikki's podcast because she put
Yeah.
us on there. Thank you.
Podcast.
Oh, thank you so much.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Shout us out.
Just remember, my friends, wherever you go,
There you are. Goodbye.